And the last paper from Walter Sisulu as well. Are the authors here? Good morning, colleagues. My name is Bethel Mutanga. I'm from Mangosuthu University. I'll be chairing this session. And it looks like we only have one presenter from South African, I know they're coming from a TVET college. Can I check if the colleagues from Namibia are here? Second paper? Nope. The third paper from Walter Sisulu, are the authors here, the presenters? And the last paper again from Musu, are the authors here? Okay, so it looks like we only have one paper. So we have all the 2 hours for these guys. I hope they prepared a 2-hour talk. So we've Miss Gwaze, who's going to be presenting on student perspectives on effectiveness and challenges of WIL programs in the TVET colleges. That's a multi-college analysis. Ms. Gwaze, you can come and introduce your colleague as well.
Thank you very much, sir. With all protocols duly observed, I would want to extend my greetings to the House. I don't know whether I should say it's now a quarter of a house, but anyway, it's still fine. My name is Francisca Rumosa Gwaze, and I am an alumni of the University of Fort Hare. And we are going to co-present this article entitled Student Perspectives on the Effectiveness and Challenges of Work-Integrated Learning Programs in the TVET colleges. And it's a multi-college analysis. As a way of introduction, I would want to say to you, poverty in sub-Saharan Africa exceeds 40%. And that is mirrored as a lack of access to basic necessities and economic opportunities. And again, South Africa is not spared in this poverty cycle. About 18.2 million South Africans live under poverty. Education, therefore, in this context, is one crucial vehicle of reduction in the poverty, which by default also associates with unemployment. And it's not just basic instructions in education that we require to tackle this poverty, but this education has to be vocational in nature. And the TVET education comes in handy. It is crucial in addressing this poverty because of its practical nature and the job-ready skills that the students acquire directly respond to economic needs. When executed effectively, please note, when this TVET education is executed effectively, then the imparted skills will translate to employment opportunity. They will also empower the students to become entrepreneurs, driving economic development and wealth creation in their communities. I am going to be a bit practical and take you through an example of an entrepreneur in a village. Let's say we are talking of Mtata. We are in a certain village where people are struggling to find work, and also fresh produce is hard to come by. There is this young entrepreneur, Vuyo. He decides to establish a farming business and produce organic vegetables. He hires workers from the village. What are the benefits there? Vuyo's lifestyle improves, there is regular income for workers, there is easy access to fresh, affordable vegetables, and villagers will not need to travel far for groceries, keeping money circulating within the local economy. And this also improves the community's overall well-being, and thereby reducing the social ills that are associated with unemployment. So in this farming scenario, Vuyo's success does not just benefit his village. It can also even contribute to the broader economy and even people in distant parts of the country. As his organic produce becomes popular, Vuyo starts supplying larger markets in nearby cities and towns and cities. This creates a ripple effect. Transport companies are hired to move his produce. Retailers across the country sell his vegetables. This increases demand, leading Vuyo to expand his farm even more, creating more job opportunities, and also creating opportunities for other farmers to collaborate or learn from him. On a national level, Vuyo's farm contributes to reducing food imports, which boosts the country's self-sufficiency. His business helps stabilize food prices across the country. This benefits consumers, and since now they have access to affordable, high-quality products. And Vuyo can even export his produce, which will positively contribute to the GDP, thereby translating into improvement of infrastructure, education, and public services, and leading to better job opportunities and improved living standards for everybody here in South Africa. And the exports also can foster strong trade linkages. And then those will be of benefit to the country, because there will be beneficial trade agreements that can make it easier for South Africa to import goods or to travel. And successful exports also will showcase South Africa on a global stage. So what I'm saying is that Vuyo, he has really overhauled, he has made an overhaul of the way Vuyo lives, the way the immediate community lives, the way South Africa lives. So it's not only about Vuyo benefiting, it's about even you, the few that are still seated here, benefiting from what Vuyo would have done. But what are we saying? A rigorous, robust, relevant, and closely monitored WIL program has to be part and parcel of what Vuyo has to go through, the kind of education that he has to go through. So what I'm saying is that a strengthened, comprehensive, and rigorous WIL is going to produce entrepreneurs that are seasoned like Vuyo. If our WIL is weak, if it is shaky, then we are not going to have Vuyo. So this shows the importance of us as stakeholders coming together and ensuring that our WIL program is robust and is rigorous, so that it can enable us to have people like Vuyo. And then I'm going to talk briefly about the theoretical frameworks that underpin the WIL practices. The professor who was here spoke about this, so I'll just go through them briefly. We have the experiential learning theory, we have the constructivist learning theory, the situated learning theory. All these try to explain the importance of WIL in the education of our students. Now, looking at the justification of our study, we are saying WIL is essential for preparing TVET college students for the workplace. Gaining insights into student perspectives on WIL effectiveness and challenges is critical or is crucial for improving these programs. And a multi-college analysis provides a broad view, highlighting common issues and success stories, which can help shape policies and enhance the value of WIL in bridging education and industry needs. So what was our statement for the research problem? We are saying WIL programs in TVET colleges face growing concerns about their effectiveness. Students honestly encounter challenges. I'm sure we have seen that and we have verified that. Variations in WIL implementation across colleges lead to inconsistent results, leaving many students underprepared for employment. Addressing these issues is crucial to improving WIL's impact. And the aim of the study was to explore the challenges, experiences, and outcomes faced by TVET college students during their work-integrated learning placements, and to identify areas for improvement in WIL programs to better prepare students for future employment. We had so many objectives. These are some of them. One, to assess preparation for WIL. We were to determine how well colleges prepare students for placements, evaluate WIL experience, to identify challenges students face during placements, to analyze the effectiveness of support and feedback from colleges and employers, and to review methods used to assess student performance during placements, and investigate the impact of WIL on skills, career goals, and employment readiness. And we had a number of research questions. Here I just sampled a few. How well do students feel their college prepared them for the practical demands of their WIL placements? What challenges do students encounter during their WIL placements? What improvements can be made to enhance the WIL placement process for future students? And then for the methodology, the research design, we made use of a mixed method research design. We had surveys that were comprised of closed-ended questions using the Likert scales and some open-ended questions. We also had some focus groups, which composed of 6 participants per group. And then for the participants, we interviewed, we had 136 respondents. Our focus was on students that are currently enrolled in the TVET program and have recently completed or are undergoing WIL placements. The participants were selected from various disciplines to ensure a diverse representation. But I'm sure in future will be more structured so that we make an investigation in a particular program. But in this case, we were just open. We were just looking for any student who was on placement. And these are the number of respondents that we got. For Ikala, there were 35 respondents, Majuba 16, Ingwe 62, Lovedale 23. And then for the data analysis, for the quantitative data, we used SPSS for the descriptive statistics, that is the means and the frequencies, and inferential statistics for the correlations, the t-test, to identify trends and relationships among variables. And then for the qualitative data, we used Atlas TI using the thematic analysis. And then for the results, because my colleague is here, he is going to take over and take you through to the end. So I welcome Dr. Meswini.
Thank you, Dr. Gwaze. Once again, a very good morning, colleagues. It's one way to test if people are still there. Okay, thank you so much for the opportunity. I'll continue with results. From the results, we identified that there were 4 themes that emerged: the challenges, support, the mismatch, which has been a topic for the conference, and the support for will placement from the college. Under challenges, there were so many challenges that students indicated. As you see on the first one, where a student concentrated more on animal, on plant, yet on the farm, it was more of animal production, which shows that it could be possible that the college may not have the plant side and only concentrate on what is available. Hence, students go half-baked. There were also challenges around placement, that some students had to find their own placement. And I also saw the missing middle there, where there are certain students who find their own placement, don't get the support from the college, and end up sometimes, in some instances, not even getting a stipend, as you see from the bottom, where one indicated facing financial difficulties. Others had accommodation issues, workplace supervision challenges. I saw on one which I decided not to include, where at one place students are even called names as if they are still in the 80s. At the bottom, you can see an element of abuse, where students will work overtime, work on holidays, and for no payment. There was an indication that students did receive support through a stipend, and some were visited, others were not visited by the college. Hence, it's two-way. There's a positive side and a negative side in terms of visits and the support that students received. Because the results are so many, allow me just to touch on the ones that I feel will help us discuss further. Mismatch. I think this has been a topic, as I said earlier, that quite a number of students indicate a mismatch due to a number of factors. It translates to lack of equipment. Probably on the other side, you may also say lack of knowledge or practical exposure on the part of the lecturer. At the bottom is one interesting one. Treating sick animals was not covered in class. So this then covers the issue around mismatch, where sometimes a lecturer may tend to focus on areas of interest or on areas that one feels I have strength on this, and then teaches that at the expense of other areas which the syllabus covers. We found a lot of technical subjects we focused on a lot of technical subjects in class, but at the workplace, I needed strong communication and teamwork skills that we did not cover. I've also written a paper on soft skills, which I think our syllabi in different areas miss, on work etiquette, on attitude, on communication. When you look at mechanical subjects, for example, electrical, they don't, particularly on the netted side, there is no area that covers any communication skills, more of strengths of materials, mechanotechnology, mechanotechnics, electrotechnics, all those subjects, which at all cover no aspect on soft skills, which then becomes a mismatch when students go for a placement and they cannot match what industry wants. TVET College role in will placement. From the findings, we found that colleges really focus on ensuring students' placement. However, there are those few students who indicated that they had to look for their own placement due to various reasons. Students indicated as well that they did receive their stipend, while a few indicated otherwise. On the quantitative data, we have a few excerpts that we indicated. For example, I felt confident in applying my academic knowledge to your workplace. My overall experience during will placement was positive. This then indicates that a student was well received and student was well placed in terms of skills learned in college and skills taught in industry. As a discussion of the findings, the mismatch indicated where students did not study both animal and plant, which is a gap that needs to be taken back to the college and ensure that students study the syllabus from start to end, so that when they go on practice, they are not half-baked as the industry normally indicates. There was issue of accommodation, issue of stipend, and issue of non-payment for work done on overtime and on holiday time, that is holiday, where you see what normally happens when it's a public holiday, workers take leave. And it is those students who are on will that are all encouraged to come to work, and then they become cheap labor because they replace permanent workers who have gone out on holiday. And it is that student who will be working throughout Christmas for no payment, very long hours. And I think really will practitioners really need to look at that and see how best we can alleviate that challenge which our students are facing. Soft skills gap, I think I've indicated that already, that I think in the programs that are coming, it is quite imperative to add in the syllabi sections on soft skills, so that when our students go out in industry, they are able to speak for themselves and with colleagues. They are able to converse with industry practitioners. They are able to report, so that students have the culture, the work culture, which is a challenge currently, where some students are even sent away from industry because they do not have the work culture. They arrive anytime and think they can as well leave anytime. So through soft skills training, I am sure some of these challenges can be eliminated as well through learning about workplace culture. There was a lack of hands-on experience during my coursework, especially in practical work like treating sick animals. I think I've already indicated that sometimes we don't cover the syllabi in its entirety because of a number of issues, including lecturer capabilities, infrastructure, as well as equipment. You may not have enough resources to do all, and then you end up selecting what to give depending on what is available. So I think it is important that we ensure the availability of all resources required to ensure our students go to industry ready. Having said this, results highlight the need for improved collaboration among the TVET sector, the industry, and other stakeholders to ensure students are better prepared for the workplace. Without this, industry will continue to sing the same song that TVET students are half-baked. And when they go to industry, industry has now a job to retrain our students under the pretext that TVET is not preparing its students enough. Yet it is the TVET that is selecting what to teach. I will tell you, from my experience in TVET, TVET is quite comprehensive. The courses that we teach are for industry. I register students who come from universities because they want installation rules, because they want government certificate of competence. All those courses are offered in TVET. Hence, our courses are comprehensive. Let us offer the courses in their entirety so that when students go out there, they are there fully bagged. Recommendations. Partnerships are required. This has been discussed throughout the conference. Monitoring of students. This is a challenge to the TVET managers present here. Let us look for software that can assist in ensuring that we track those students that are out there. I did not hear as well the way forward about students who have completed their N6 and are out there looking for employment, looking for internships. Where are they? They are floating somewhere and they are not known. They are not registered. They haven't completed their diploma. Incentives, structured induction, e-learning platforms to augment what the students learn. I think this is an appreciation that has led to our study. Since there are 5, they were initially 5, and now I see 4. I think one college has not provided results. Ikala, Majuba, Lavdo, and Ingwe. So we would like to pass our regards to all the role players indicated for ensuring the success of the conference. With this, I thank you.
Thank you very much. Don't. Come and face the firing squad. They are not going anywhere. Thanks a lot, colleagues. I think we often overlook the challenges that students first when they go for working integrated learning, you know, and quite some serious challenges that I saw there with regards to student welfare and so on and so forth. I think this is quite an interesting study, and I also like the fact that you covered a lot of colleges, so your data is quite comprehensive. One thing that probably you could comment what question that I have is, are these challenges across different sectors, or they're mainly on certain sectors? Like the examples you used were more like on agriculture, I think. I'm not sure with other sectors whether the students also face the same challenges, That's the question that I'll pose to you before I open up